Sitting down with us from 3,000 miles away, Mr. Ed Worley, NRA ILA's California State Liaison. Ed, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Oh, well, it was a big team effort on everybody's part. You know, it all worked together because everybody worked together as a team. That's what's important.
Yeah, absolutely. So last night when we were talking to you about 22 hours ago, we still had three bills that were on the floor of the Senate. A couple of hours to go before the end of the legislative session, and we knew that the push was coming fast and furious. What happened after we finished talking, Ed? Because as I understand it, one of these bills actually did see some movement.
Yeah, well, we were able to stop 2358. That's that bill that Assemblyman DeLeon was trying to fix the handgun registration bill that he messed up last year. This is how he was going to try to fix it, and it was a very bad bill. So that we stopped cold on the Senate floor. They came within one vote, and we stopped it, and they voted on it. I lost track, I think 5 times on the Senate floor.
Wow.
And we stopped that one. The long gun registration bill, AB 1810, that bill, that's one of the bills we stopped 7 times the day before, when they voted on it 7 times on the Senate floor. That one, apparently they gave up on that one late in the day because they pulled it to the inactive file, which means they didn't intend to do any more action on it.
Yeah.
But I warned you last night, nothing is sacred and nothing is over until they bang the gavel. And thank God this year that we're at the end of the session, to where at midnight everything turned into a pumpkin under the state constitution. They had to get everything done by midnight last night.
Right.
So 1810, they pushed that to the inactive file on the Senate floor, which means that's an out-and-out victory right there. Then we had AB 1934, the ban on open carry. That squeaked out of the Senate very, very late in the night to back to the Assembly by 1 vote. So then we switched over to the Assembly side, and we're fighting it there. And what was going on is that the Democrat Party yesterday, they did a whole bunch of stuff on the budget yesterday and ate up a whole bunch of time all during the day doing budget bills because it was the last day of session.
Mm-hmm.
So the Republicans started playing slow ball, and they started taking more and more time to do bills, more and more time to do bills, more and more debates, more and more debates. And apparently it looks like some people lost track of time because what happened is by the time AB 1934 got over back to the Assembly side, it was about 11:15, 11:20 when they transmitted it back to the Assembly side. So they still had a whole bunch of bills to do on the Assembly side, a whole bunch of bills. And AB 1934, they brought it up, and all of our Republican supporters threw the microphones up and started debating it, made some parliamentary moves to put it back to committee, which failed, of course. But then I think the Democrats realized that they were running out of time and quickly running out of time. Because by the time all that happened, it was about 11:35 or so. So then they realized, oh my gosh, we got all these other bills sitting here on the Assembly floor. We got to get through these.
Right.
And it takes so much time. It takes X amount of time just to do a bill. You got to read it, you got to do the debate and everything else. So then they started realizing, oh my God, we're running out of time to do a whole bunch of bills.
So they ditched the open carry ban.
Yeah, they put it back on the file to stop it from being debated. And then what happened was is they started trying to run bills as fast as they could on the Assembly side to beat the clock. And the same thing on the Senate side. So all of a sudden everybody looked at their watch and was like, oh my God, there's only 30 minutes left. So they started trying to push bills out the door as quick as they could. And what happened was that AB 1934 got caught up in the last-minute crush, and they were not able to vote on it, a final vote on it. So we won because the California State Constitution saved us because of the time limit.
Wow.
And, so I don't care how we win as long as we win.
Well,
so,
yeah.
The good news is our NRA members did a fantastic job this year in writing and calling and faxing and emailing, and they were even calling last night. I was getting complaints from senators and assemblymen last night. They were still getting calls at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, emails and faxes.
Oh, those poor babies.
So it was a very good night. And then also, you and I talked about another bill, Senate Bill 250. And that was a bill that was sort of a strange bill. It was about spay or neutering dogs. And we opposed it because of the hunting dog bill.
Yes.
Because, all of us had, we had labs in our family, and we had generations of labs in our family. And, a lot of guys I know, they have generations of hunting dogs in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And this bill would have required you to spay and neuter your dog after 6 months, after it was 6 months old. You had to get a permit to keep your dog intact and all this other garbage to do. So that, we worked very closely with the hunting organizations and the dog organizations on that one. And that one failed last night also.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and if you remember a month and a half or so ago, lose track of time, remember we stopped the lead ban, AB 2223, in Senate Natural Resources.
Yes.
So if you look at this year, we ran our 11 bill package with our state association, CRPA, which, by the way, we worked very closely with on all of these bills. They were with us all the time. Their lobbyist was with us all the time and working. It's a very good team. So if you look at that, we stopped 2223, the extended lead ban. We stopped the Fish and Game Commission from extending the lead ban administratively. We stopped SB 250. We stopped AB 1810. We stopped losing track AB 1934, and we stopped AB 2358. So this year was a very good year, and I really appreciate the hard work of all of our members and the guys in the gun clubs. And it was a very good team effort, and everybody deserves credit for the win.
Well, Ed, absolutely. But, I think on behalf of California gun owners, I want to thank you as well. A lot of long hours there in Sacramento. And again, as you say, it's a team effort. But you played a role as well, sir, that cannot be underestimated. And again, we appreciate all your hard work.
Oh, I'm honored. I mean, I'm in this for the cause. That's what I've been doing since I got stuck into this because they tried to ban my guns in 1989. The thing I would ask everybody to do now is, with this big victory in their belts, what everybody needs to do is go and call all the state senators, all the Republicans, and our 5 Democrat friends and thank them for voting to protect our rights. Call and email and write them. Now that you've done that, now call and thank them. Be very appreciative. Call and thank them for all their hard work. The 5 Democrats are Senator Lou Correa, Senator Denise Cheney, Senator Negroni McLeod, Senator Rod Wright, Cheney, let's track here. Correa, Ducheney. It's been a long night.
I understand.
Negroni McLeod, Ducheney, Rod Wright, Lou Correa.
Yeah. I tell you what, Ed, when you think of the other 2, you let me know, and I'll pass the names along.
Yeah, we put it on our alert. So it was Rod Wright, Denise Cheney, Senator Negroni McLeod, Senator Lou Correa, and Senator Rod Wright.
All right, there you go.
So those are the ones everybody needs to call, those moderate Democrats, call them and thank them for their votes, because they were under an immense amount of pressure from the Democrat leadership to vote with the party. And they walked away from the party and they voted to protect our rights. So all of us, no matter what our party affiliation is, we need to call those 5 modern Democrats and thank them for the votes and thank them for standing strong. Call and thank our Republican allies for all the hard work they did. And, it's good to call and complain. It's good to call and be aggressive. But when we win like this, we have to give our friends the appreciation they deserve in the legislature and call and thank them.
Absolutely. So, Ed, one more quick question here before we let you go. I believe that you're actually going into hibernation here for a few days. You've earned it, like 48 hours of sleep. Given how close some of these bills came to getting to the governor's desk, including AB 1934, the proposed ban on open carry, do you anticipate that that these bills are going to be brought back again next session?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they may. The fact that the long gun bill was pulled off the Senate floor and they quit trying to push it. Remember, in the long gun registration bill, we had 15 sheriffs opposing the bill, including the State Sheriff's Association. So the question is think of how much political capital and how much time they expended in trying to push the bills forward. I saw the volunteers/lobbyists for handgun control and the Brady campaign there walking around, and they were not happy campers because they saw what was coming down the line. They saw that we were holding the line and they weren't going to fly.
Yeah.
So the question is that when you go to the parties like this and you expend all this political capital and you don't, and you put these elected officials in the box, and believe me, the number of phone calls, emails, and faxes that the legislature got in California really made a huge impact. So when you have the thing we always have is we have our members, and that's what the other side doesn't have. So all this work that went in this year is going to affect next year, because I don't think they may come back with some of the bills. Now, they may try to come back with some of the bills, but all of us need to realize that I keep hearing when I go talk to people in different places that, NRA doesn't put enough resources in California. We don't do this. We don't do that. We can never win in California. Remember, we got the Katrina bill, the emergency powers bill, passed a couple years ago, and everybody said we couldn't do it. This year, we stopped them cold on all these bills. So what everybody needs to do is take a breath here, relax, spend some family time in the next couple of days. But now we have to all start gearing up for the election coming up in November. And all these Democrats and all these Republicans who helped us, now it's time to go out and work the campaigns, walk the precincts, and do everything you can to help the people who supported us. Keep going to calNRA.com, see what's going on at the local level. Look at the lawsuits we and the NRA doing in the state of California, because we're suing all the cities we can. So we have a very aggressive plan in California. Remember, the same bill package that NRA and our state affiliate CRP, California Rifle and Pistol Association, we introduced this year. We're going to reintroduce the same bill package next year of reciprocity, right to carry, right to hunt. All these other bills that we weren't able to get through, we're going to be pushing those bills again next year. So it's not just plain defense.
Yeah.
We're going to be pushing bills in the opposite direction.
All right.
So that is what we all need to think about. And no matter what happens, this has been a very good year for all of us. Our members did a great job, and it's a great team effort. And they may come back again next year, but having the bills defeated like this doesn't bode well for you next year when they pop up and the Democrats go, "You're making us vote on this stuff again?"
Right.
Because after 7 votes, a lot of the Democrats were very upset that they were being made to vote on the bills over and over again. They're like, "Let's kill these things and move on with our lives."
Yeah. Well, let's hope that these bills are indeed dead. Ed Worley, thank you again, sir, for coming on the program this evening. Get some sleep, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you, guys, for all your support. We'll talk to you later.
Ed Worley, NRA ILA's California State Liaison, with us here on the program.